Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm Colleen from GE Designs, and that is Mr. GP over there producing. He doesn't have a camera today, but he does have a microphone.
Hello, hello.
There he is. Thank you. I just want to tell you from the beginning that we're not really live today. We're recorded, and that's because GP and I will be at QuiltCon in Raleigh, North Carolina. So if you're heading to QuiltCon, come on over and visit us. Gudrun will be speaking. If you've wanted to take the Stripology certification course, give us a call about that too. On the day this airs, it won't be too late to register for that, and that will be following QuiltCon. So we have, as always, a ton going on at GE. So One Yard Wednesday is the show where we have fun and creative ideas for fabulous fabrics at fantastic prices. And today we have some cutie patootie fabric. Wait till you see. Before we get started, I want to remind you two things. That the fabric prices will be live when the show is over. So sit back, relax, and watch the show. And we'll have those fabric prices live as soon as the show ends. And you can watch it live, of course, or you can watch it pre-recorded later. So it'll be fun. So guess what? I have a question. So this question came from a member of the GE team. Every once in a while I'll put out a note and just say, who's got a question I can put on the show? Well, today's question comes from one of the team, and the question is, who made the first pre-cuts? So we'll talk about pre-cuts and who's made the first pre-cuts available for retail and talk about that later on. So let's go ahead and get started looking at this awesome fabric. So cute, and I have a couple of really cute ideas for showing you. Before we get started, I should probably point out the quilt behind me. I was just going to get a prompt from GP about that. This is Alberta, and Alberta is a single pattern, and we really love Alberta. And this is a lap size. It's 64 inches by 80 inches. Now, I pulled Alberta specifically because they look a little bit like tulips to me. And when you see the fabric for today, you'll know why I think this fabric would be great in an Alberta quilt. Let's take a look. The first fabric is Speckle Clementine. And if you look closely at this, it has sort of almost leafy shapes, very organic, very abstract, with little dots here. What a nice texture this speckle is from Stella and Dot. And of course, anything in the peach, orange category will be one of my favorite colors. And a dusty peach is one of the colors of the year this year. So this is really on trend and really great, whether you don't want to put it with the bundle we're looking at today or anything else. The Speckle line is just great blenders all around. So Speckle Clementine. Next up, Spring Chickens Spotted Stripe. Look at how pretty this is together. Spotted stripe. So these are stripes in spring colors, and the stripes have little dots in them. I love this. I love that the stripes are thin and thick. I love that there's a white in there as well, and I love the very subtle dots in those stripes. This just makes for a really, really fun looking stripe. And stripes are so great. My favorite use of stripe is as a diagonal, cut on the diagonal and used as binding. So grab that for your stripe collection, and then grab this for your dot collection. This is Spring Chickens Fuzzy Dots, and they do look like fuzzy little dots, little pom-pom balls of cotton in spring colors of orange and purple and yellow and green. Really super, super cute. Next up, more texture for you. This is Bedrock, and this one is called Amethyst. So pretty, and you know the Bedrock has that awesome texture with a little bit darker purple in the background and then lighter as you go forward, which makes it, again, a great blender and a great addition to this collection. Love these, love these. Finally, I have a Stash Builder bundle to show you, and the Stash Builder bundle is here, and it is called Spring Chickens. How cleverly named is that? So here's spring chickens. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 half yards. And I think this is just so super cute. So we've got the chickens in the eggs. We have little baby chicks. And we've got chickens on the aqua and on the lavender purple. And then the fuzzy dots, the little chicken feet, and then this sort of a hashtag kind of looking blender in the purple there. This just looks like spring. What do you think, GP?
Yeah, very bright. I really like it.
Does it make you want to plan your Easter brunch menu?
Absolutely. You know me.
I know you. You're always decorating for the seasons. I can always count on you to decorate for the seasons. Well, I love this so much, I decided I would make a project from this. Let me show you. One of the Advent projects from this past season is the Trivet Runner, and I just love this Trivet Runner. The Trivet Runner has a layer of Durafuse, our Quilt As You Go batting, and it also has a layer of the Thermolam or the Thermofuse insulating material as well. So it has 2 layers of batting, and you can put hot things on it, not scorching things, but it's going to do some insulating with that thermal insulator in there. And I simply laid out my my fabrics, as you can see, did one of my favorite techniques of Quilt As You Go, put some borders and binding on there, and how sweet is that? I used this lavender on the back, and then this is what your backing will look like with your Quilt As You Go technique. And then, of course, I had to do a tissue box. Look how cute this is. This is the tissue box from our Advent collection from 2023. And if I were going to a friend's house during the spring or Easter holiday, I would love to bring either or both of these. They are just so sweet. I love them both. So this is the tissue box. Love it. So guess what? I have a notion. My notion today is called machiningers. They're gloves that you can wear that are going to help when you're doing your machine quilting. Now, I've talked about this before. I'm trying to do things that are less wear and tear on my finger joints, and the machiningers are a great help to me. So when I'm doing my Quilt As You Go projects, I'll put my machiningers on, and they'll help me hold my fabric and just guide it through. I won't have to work so hard at holding it. Just the pressure of my fingers and the weight of my arms will hold that and guide it through my walking foot. So the machiningers are my notion of the week. They come in extra small, small medium, medium large, and XL. This is the small medium, so it gives you an idea. I do have kind of short fingers, but the small medium would be, this is the size I use every day. And then, of course, we've got the bigger sizes as well. So there you go. The notion of the week is machiningers. Are you curious about pre-cuts? I am. Well, pre-cuts are fabrics that, as you know, are cut for you into certain sizes and shapes by the manufacturer. So instead of your fabric being on a bolt in lengths, your fabric is cut, like I said, at the manufacturer. So pre-cuts were started formally in retail sales by Moda in 2006. Now, it feels like they've been around forever. It seems like it would be longer than that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so 2006, not that long ago.
How old do you think I was in 2006?
Well, you were, I'd have to do the math. 2020, you were 6.
Oh, 6.
I'm a genius.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it's pretty.
2000.
Yeah, now that I think about you having your golden birthday on the 24th in 1920 in 2024, the math is easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that took me a minute to do though. That was a trick question. So, how old was I in 2006?
That's a good question.
I was.
25?
Pardon me?
25?
Yep, we're going to go with that. We're going with that.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, you're such a charmer. All right, so back to pre-cuts. Now, pre-cuts come in different names and different configurations based on the manufacturer. Some manufacturers call their 2.5-inch strip rolls jelly rolls. Some call them design rolls. Some call them other kinds of things. And some manufacturers put together 10-inch squares, and some call those layer cakes. And some of them are cut straight cut, and some of them are pinked. So they come in a whole variety of ways. So, and actually in class last night, 2 people had pre-cut 10-inch squares. One of them, the 10-inch squares, were about 10 1/4 inches, and the 10-inch squares were about 9 3/4 inches. So that is just a long way of saying that we really prefer doing our own pre-cutting using the Stripology rulers. But if you wondered about pre-cuts, that's where they came from, and they've been around for a long time. So thanks for the question, GE crew member who goes unnamed. All righty. Well, let's look at the fabrics for today and the tools and the products that went into putting these together. We'll start where we left off with this really adorable cutie patootie spring chickens bundle. I love this bundle. This just, like I said, it just says spring, and I can't wait. Next to the bundle, which is 6 half-yards, is Bedrock Amethyst. So pretty. I love the value of this. It's not as light as the purple here, but really close to this one, and so it works really great. Next up is Fuzzy Dots. Love dots, love fuzzy dots, loved these scattered dots in all these colors. So much fun. And then the stripe, very pretty as well. All of the colors from the bundle. Some are thin, some are thick. You've got a little white in there, and then there are dots in the stripes, which make them even more fun. And then we'll end where we began here with the Speckle Clementine. Really a beautiful blender for all kinds of projects. And the speckles have been so popular for us, and the Clementine is, of course, one of my favorites because it's orange. Love it. Then I made a project that I love. This is the GE Trivet Runner, the G-Easy Trivet Runner. The pattern for the GE Trivet Runner is at gequiltdesigns.com. And it's actually a free pattern, and you can download it, and you can also find the video tutorial at youtube.com/GE Designs. So, Gudrun is her videos are so good and such excellent tips, and this is a great free pattern. I also, like I said, made this tissue box because I just couldn't get enough of this fabric, and the tissue box the tissue box cover is also a free pattern. Now you'll notice that I did a whole cloth version of this, so I simply made my fabric here. I simply made this 8.5 inches, and then I put my binding at the top and at the bottom, and I love how these little chicks look. So there's the tissue box cover. My notion of the week is the machiningers, and they helped me make this runner without overusing my fingers. And again, they come in a couple of different sizes. This one is the small medium size, and they're very stretchy, and they have a little bit of a non-skid plastic or rubberized, I guess I would call that, on the tips of the fingers to keep your project moving. Finally, a couple more things. The quilt behind me is Alberta, and I really think these look like tulips when I look at them. And wouldn't this be fun in all these chicks? I think it would. The interfacing in the Trivet Runner, there are two. This is the Quilt As You Go batting. It's our favorite. It's a Bosal product, fusible on one side, and we love it. The Bosal Durafuse Quilt As You Go batting. And then finally, I used the Thermal Fleece by Bosal. It's an insulated material. We have it in 36 by 62, so 62 inch wide and 1 yard. You can find that, of course, at gequiltdesigns.com. Well, look how cute all those products look together. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for watching. We hope you have a great Wednesday. Come on over and see us. We will be in Raleigh. Looking forward to seeing you there. We're so grateful for you watching, and we just hope you have a lovely day. Grab a Stripology ruler, grab some fun fabric, make yourself something wonderful today. What do you think, GP?
Love it.
Love it.
Over and out.
All right. See you next time.